For decades, maritime folklore has whispered about the ghost plane of the Pacific, a massive aircraft that supposedly vanished into thin air over the open ocean without a single distress call. Military aircraft of this size leave massive physical and logistical footprints. A sudden disappearance requires an immediate, highly documented search and rescue protocol spanning thousands of square miles. Despite these requirements, no public record of a search exists. The total absence of physical wreckage and official documentation created a decades-long gap in the historical record. That gap is finally closing due to a newly declassified cache of government files. These pages expose the precise paper trail behind the vanishing act. Solving the mystery of the ghost plane relies on a forensic dismantling of Cold War bureaucratic secrecy. The Cold War Pacific was a highly contested geopolitical chessboard. The ocean was monitored constantly by an overlapping network of remote radar domes and listening posts. The unredacted flight parameters finally identify the lost aircraft. It was a highly experimental supersonic reconnaissance jet. This map traces the plane's classified route, a radar evasion corridor engineered to weave through overlapping enemy detection zones undetected. Telemetry logs pinpoint the exact anomaly. Here, the engines experienced a catastrophic flameout, forcing a sudden descent. The only witnesses to this high-tech disaster were isolated fishermen, disconnected from the geopolitical chess match. Preserving the secret of this experimental aircraft's existence carried immense strategic value. Launching a massive public recovery operation would have exposed the technology to rival nations. The government immediately initiated a total information blackout protocol, a standardized operational procedure designed to completely sanitize the event from all local and federal channels. Initial incident reports were meticulously altered. Sensors stripped away any identifying information regarding the specific aircraft model, the crew's names, and the mission objectives. This flowchart breaks down the structural decoupling process. The military permanently separated the flight crew's personnel files from the aircraft's hardware reports, destroying the context needed to link the men to the machine. These newly decoupled files were then buried in deep storage, restricted access facilities, locking them away from public scrutiny for the next half-century. Bureaucratic operators successfully weaponized paperwork. By dispersing the evidence across a vast institutional labyrinth, they uninvented the plane entirely. The final pages of the declassified files explicitly state the aircraft's final resting coordinates, anchoring the myth to a precise location on the ocean floor. This silence carried a heavy human cost. The families of the flight crew were given a fabricated narrative about a training accident in a different hemisphere, a lie maintained in the name of national security. The ink on classified government documents is permanent, but human memory is fragile. Without a public record, the truth simply washes away. The unearthing of this specific flight log invites a much larger question regarding the sheer volume of historical events currently sitting in restricted vaults. The ghost plane proves that history is a curated narrative, dictated by the specific files that governments permit us to read.